Hi, my name is Tammy Lesniak, and I'm a therapist here at Troy Psychotherapy. And today I'm talking with Dr. Anton Babushkin, the director of Troy Psychotherapy. Hi, Anton.
Hi, Tammy.
So tell me, what is Troy Psychotherapy all about?
Thank you for the question. So Troy Psychotherapy is an attempt to deliver services to our community that I think are both highly needed and sometimes very much missing. For example, mental health and emotional health is a huge issue in our community. Many people have things that they struggle with that they sometimes don't know where to go, or they don't know how to resolve them, or they feel they have to resolve them on their own. All kinds of challenges that we struggle with internally. It could be anybody. It could be me. It could be somebody on the street. And people don't necessarily have a place that they feel they can turn to, because they might say to their primary care doctor, oh, what should I do about these issues? Or they might ask a friend. And it can be hard to find a good, thoughtful, experienced therapist who's very professional and who's going to do what needs to be done to help the person. So the idea for the clinic was both to provide a very high level of service, and also to do it in a way that's very customer focused. I think the healthcare world is complicated. There's insurance, payments, who's providing the services, all kinds of things that make healthcare more difficult. It's not like starting a Twitter account where you go on twitter.com, you sign up, and it's pretty straightforward, for most people, right? There are many more questions and issues. And so I wanted to design a clinic that provides a service that's both very high quality results and results focused, and also helps the person to be able to kind of manage the process. Like, we answer questions quickly. We try to be very responsive to the customer, the patient. We try to build the person in a way where they know what's going on, they know what they're being billed for. So I'm not saying no medical office does this, but I think in the medical industry, customer service is not an emphasis. It's sometimes, definitely clinical care, but we also want to provide the kind of customer service that will help the person feel this is kind of easier to get started with. That's part of the idea for doing these videos, is that so the person can feel like, what is therapy? Or how do I approach it? How do I get started with seeing somebody that I don't even know, and then talking to them about things that are very personal I might not even tell my family? That's not an easy thing to do, as I'm sure you know as a professional. And so the goal is to have a place that makes that process a little bit easier. Therapy can be hard work, and it's work that pays off. But I wanted to design a business that serves the patient right, in the way where they get both the service the help they need, and in a way that's feels friendly and responsive and very focused on who they are. That's really the idea behind the business.
It sounds like you put clients at ease by coming to your website and being able to respond to them quickly, and it probably helps them through that process a lot easier.
Exactly. It's kind of like a way, the person who's looking for therapy, they don't know who we are, the team or myself, they don't know who the therapist is necessarily. And so we want to try to make it approachable. We have like an introductory video, or we have some kind of comments where it bridges the gap between, okay, I want to see a therapist, but who am I going to see? What do they like? How's the session going to go? We want to try to bridge that gap so it's a little bit easy. It's almost like a virtual tour of what therapy is going to look like at a glimpse. Obviously it's not going to replace seeing the actual therapist, but I read an article in the Wall Street Journal not too long ago about therapy that's done through apps, a phone or something like that, which I think is interesting and maybe has some use for a person who's really busy. But in my experience, meeting with a professional in person just can't be replaced. That's a very good way to help somebody, because there's all kinds of clues, body language, things that we communicate non-verbally. And so the goal with the website and the videos is to start the process and make it a little bit easier to get started. And yes, just like you said, customer focus, so that the person feels like these people are looking out for me. They're not treating me just as a number, but as somebody who's important to them.